Welcome to Frisco, Texas. It is great to have you with us as we have a couple of teams amped up and excited to go in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl to see who will leave here as Frisco Bowl champions. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Houston Cougars, taking on a squad from the American, the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Ragin' Cajuns offense is on the field for the first time today. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
And it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again.
Breaks into the open. At the 20. Touchdown, Ragin' Cajun. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Houston Cougars offense taking the field, first chance we have to see them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. And the Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I'll tell you, you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Louisiana has it back, and the Ragin' Cajun offense headed to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Louisiana! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And I love the play call on offense there. It's a sudden change situation. You just got the turnover. You're now going to take a shot because you got the defense on their heels after they're back on the field quickly. Really nice play call.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. On the option. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
Quarterback will keep it. Picks up the first down. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
If I'm a DC, I'm throwing my clipboard. I'm throwing my hands up in the air. What do you want me to do? I mean, this is unbelievable, having a guy this dynamic at the quarterback spot that can take it 50-plus and make it look that easy. You stop it.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They wasted no time on that drive, got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Quick release on the RPO. Oh, he's got some space. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. Pass to 45. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. He's got 99 yards on the ground in this one and now sets his sights on a 1,000-yard season. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. It's complete to the left. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're dealing with a second and long. Power football with the run. And they not only knocked him down behind the line, they also put him back under the century mark for the day. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Raging Cajuns line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Here comes the Houston offense once again. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. The Cougars can really attack on this second and short. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. They're working that left side. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he
throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
One of of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. That 14-point lead is gone, and now they'll try to get back on top with a scoring drive here. Finds the tight end. Let's take a second to talk about the Raging Cajuns. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a 3-star defensive line. A guy like that that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Spins away from the defender.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the...
Turning it on! And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. And the Raging Cajuns moving quickly to the line.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Raging Cajuns come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. Some early drama here. We're all even at the end of one of this postseason showdown. Let's take a look at the stats so far. We've got a good one on our hands here. Let's hope we keep those good vibes going here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. On the ground, it's Figueroa. Pass to sticks and still on his feet. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cajuns. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Throws to the tight end. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Trying play action. Looking deep down the right side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. They'll run the screen. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. If you like old-fashioned grind, there he goes! Makes it past the marker. Oh, and what a move! What a juke! And he makes it past the marker. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. They run the reverse. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. And the Raging Cajuns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Inside the 45. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking for a gap. It's Figueroa. Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets it to the 25. The Raging Cajuns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, running back on the move. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Raging Cajuns pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Houston! Hello! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. The Raging Cajuns come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He'll do it himself. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. The Houston offense comes onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Outside the pocket, lets it go. On target over the middle. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll try the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They've got a third down and manageable from right around midfield. Going to try to get it himself. Oh, he's got some space. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous. Chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. And good blocking and space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Wants to throw on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Gets the back moving. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They'll try to run for it. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. And the Raging Cajuns will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go in this Frisco Bowl. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see 2 offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Frisco Bowl.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Raging Cajuns will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Houston offense once again. We are locked up to start the second half, and guys, you know what? In a bowl, sometimes that intensity really builds in a tight game like this.
I think that's why we were really anticipating this game so much. Two very evenly matched teams with a lot of playmakers. We knew this thing could go either way. So for this offense right here, this drive to start off the second half, David, they need to put something together and really put pressure on the opponent.
And the thing I like about bowl games, man, is they're exciting. You go for it more on fourth down, less to lose, not as uptight. So I look for this second half to be fun, to be wild, to be loose.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And the Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Motion from the wideout. On the option. The give to the back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Rush is on him. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the inside. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll move the tight end. Fires to the big fella. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars. And that one will put them up here in the second half. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
And the point after is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. And the Raging Cajuns want to crank the tempo.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Off the play fake. Here's a heat. Got his man downfield. Speeding down the left side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Louisiana. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long. a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Runs for the tackle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Got his man. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Quick spin on the run. Turning it on. The tag. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Cougar.
This quarterback is so unique and he's so special because of his running ability, his wiggle, his speed, and his burst in the open field. He's like a running back playing the quarterback position, and he shows you that on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. He wants to start this drive with a pass. That's caught. It's Figueroa.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
They'll give it to the back. Nice move to keep running. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Got his man to the left. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down. The Raging Cajuns will line it up on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Figueroa. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold on.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They've put themselves in a hole to start. It's 1st and 20. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got his man quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Punt is on its way. He's got it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So first down will open up the final period. They'll start this drive going to the air. They go to the wide receiver screen. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Across the 45. There he goes. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
And man, nobody home on defense. We've got to understand the option starts with the quarterback. Somebody has to have that guy. The defense blows an assignment, and the quarterback takes advantage and makes the big play down the field.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line.
A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Going to swing it on second down. Pulls it in. It's Ross. And they pick up just a few on that completion. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Great place to start for this offense. On the move. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Houston has it with a first and goal. They'll run the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
He's going for the goal line. And he will score. The question now, will it count? check out the laundry on the field. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Slings it downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Give to the running back. Pulled down for the tackle. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Splits the uprights. Good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
And the ball is free on the pitch.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
Working the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. You saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
And the Raging Cajuns want to move quickly. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it behind the line. It's Figueroa. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. The Raging Cajuns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snags it inside the 20. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? To the air on 1st down. He's got it and still on his feet. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Quarterback keeps it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. And the Raging Cajuns started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. 1st and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cajuns!
And that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And he makes the extra point. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Tight end now in motion. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Cougars just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. Leaves it with the back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. It'll be 3rd and long. The give to the tailback. Got enough for the first down. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
Yeah, it's amazing how much offenses has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And man, we saw that here today.
And with that, the season comes to a close for these two teams. Another bowl game is all wrapped up, and we are finished as well. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, thanking our entire crew and thanking you for being with us for another presentation of EA Sports College Football. We'll see you next season.